Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of Barf. I'm Chairman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of Barf is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of Barf are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of Barf. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, yo, yo! What's good, Chairman House of Barf, aka Chandler G. Hayes. Again, changing the names of things because I've even noticed that my foot traffic has went crazy. When I changed everything to Chandler G. Hayes, I just think it's easier for people to find me. People that are looking for me, they can find me. And typically, that's not my personality. Typically, I'm not a person that wants to be found. Typically, I like to be in the background, just working on whatever I'm working on. A little bit of both, you know. When I was younger, I was still the same person, but a little bit more extroverted throughout the years, after being called names, treated differently from people, family, friends, started kind of going into a shell a little bit. You know, I was like, you know what? I don't like this attention that I'm getting from people. And kind of went into myself. And now, mid to late 30s, coming out of it. Because I'm starting to realize I got to get all that gunk up off my life. One of the things that I do believe that God has told me in my life is you got to get back to your childhood self. What's the childhood self? For me, the childhood self was when I had ideas like crazy. Just constant ideas all the time. You know, I want to create a bicycle that has, you know, I don't know, an umbrella on it. So that when we're riding through that Kansas heat, you know, we can get a little bit of shade or whatever it was. Just ideas like crazy. Not afraid of the ideas either. Not afraid to share them with people. Not afraid to try to even get started on it by using materials that were in my parents' basement or storage unit. Laughing. I read an article recently. Children laugh about 400 times a day. Don't quote me, of course. Y'all know. Eventually, I'm going to stop saying that and be like, come on, listen, I'm Chan Man, okay? Everything I say is not gold. You know, just do your research. Children laugh about 400 times a day. If you heard this or read this article, you already know where I'm going, where next. Guess how many times an adult laughs? About 400 times a year. If Patch Adams, this movie with Robin Williams in it, is correct, and laughter can heal wounds, then that's why old people just so beat up all the damn time. And that's why children bounce back. He fell from a 50-foot floor and bounced up like a rubber band ball. What in the world? Kid was probably laughing on the way down. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Bounced up. Now, I'm not being ridiculous, but you know. You see these kids. They bounce back like it's nothing. Get a little older, you're a little stiffer. He sneezed, broke his hip. Damn! What the hell's wrong with his joints? What I gotta do differently? Who knows? It could just be energy. Just could be just your energy. And about energy, y'all know me. I love business, accounting, regulation, finance, entrepreneurship. And my energy through all these experiences that I've been going through the last couple of years, I mean, it's just so amazing. It is truly amazing how something that happened all the way back when you were 9, 10 years old led you up to the moment you're in right now. And you don't think about how everything is linked. But you kind of have to reflect on it. How is it that that little boy in Kansas that wanted to start a lemonade, actually it was actually a Kool-Aid stand, wanted to start a Kool-Aid stand, now could potentially be in the space of individuals who want to support me in my journey to the next level. I don't know what that is. Okay. These individuals, we haven't done anything yet, but there's a difference when you meet some people who want to move forward with your ideas or with your plans. Like when you're talking about like branding, okay, you go home, you sit around, you talk with your friends, you talk with your family about branding. When you get out of that conversation about branding, once you get everybody past the fact that brand's not a logo, got that, okay? Brand is a name, an image, a likeness. Now, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I knew that. I went to school for business. They teach that that's like one of the first classes. If you talk to your friends, your family, your coworkers about your brand, they got it. They got the right idea. It's like a wonderful idea that's being implemented in the absolute wrong places. Protect your brand. Now, go off to work and do a great job. Well, protecting your brand at a job and not knocking jobs or anything, I mean, it can only help you so much. It's like you're trying to fly with glass ceiling. At some point, I mean, but you also got to think about it like on another sense. Just imagine being, the founder and owner of a business. I mean, to an extent, it's kind of like, hey, what do you want to do next? You want to become CEO? Or you want to become, the founder, the owner? It's like, come on, man. Seriously. But at another extent, what can we do to, companies used to have employees for 30, 40 years. They still do, because I got done working with some of them. I mean, I was like, damn. At the time, they were like, yeah, I've been here 36 years. I was like, oh, since 1987. It's like, yeah, that's about right, You did that quickly. It's like, no, that's when I was born. It's like, damn. I started my first day here. You were starting your first day there. I was like, yeah, we starting, day ones, staying on business, But, yeah, people used to, so that meant that the company was loyal as much as the employee was loyal. About to say Loyola, Chicago Loyola. But as much as everybody was loyal, opportunities to move up in the company may not required as much. You may be able to become an executive with, just brain power. How much money did this woman or man save us? Or how did they help us with operations? May not went to college. May have went to college. And I think to an extent you understand that, wow, I'm at the table. That's the chief. You know what I'm saying? I'm the, the chief something too, but that's chief executive. I'm chief of operations or whatever it is. So you get it. You get the dynamic and you're okay with it. You never try to take out the teacher because the teacher's done so much. They brought you up. They've been loyal. They haven't discriminated against you. Or if they did, you don't know about it. Or, they gave you that time off. Even before paternity leave was a thing. They gave you that time off when they found out your wife was pregnant. They took you from doing the outside jobs to bringing you inside when they found out that your wife got pregnant. They took care of you. So what you do? To an extent, you're like, I owe this company my life. You know what I was doing? Now, people can't stay 3-4 years to a company. I think it has something to do with the respect and loyalness from the leaders, from the executives. The executives have gotten so about numbers that they don't even probably look at people as people anymore. You know how many people had to go through COVID, losing family members, getting pregnant, getting divorces, all types of things. And what was everybody wanting to do? Start a brand new business. Yeah, man, fuck that. Man, yo, who the government giving out bread? Save that bread up. We about to start our own business. I can't keep doing this. I'm working harder in COVID than I was when I was working in the office. That's what frustrates me so much. It's because, in my personal opinion, 1 second, I got it. When we were in the office, I wasn't sitting around coming in the office. Oh, I haven't had my coffee yet. I came in, worker bee, get there about 30 minutes early, pull up, try to check the emails, voicemails, anything, so that when you got around to working around, 9 o'clock, 9:30, whatever time, I typically got to the office between 7 and 9:30, or something like that. Maybe 9:30 at the latest. 7 a.m. I would leave around probably like 4:30. If I got there at 9:30, I left probably around like 6:30, something like that. So depending on when I got there, just got there before 10:30. Now, does it really matter? No. Now, there are office hours, okay? So it's like, we like to close the building at, 7 p.m. or something. Okay, it's a whole operation going on here, okay? Other than that, I mean, if you could really badge in the office and badge out and, everything's okay, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter if you get there at any time. It really doesn't matter. I mean, the guy's working. I really feel like that's when you do the most work. And happy belated Cinco de Mayo to everyone. Yeah, so you just went on, what is it, a bender for Cinco de Mayo. You had to sleep it off. Got to work 5 p.m. But what are you going to do now? You're going to work because you're chilling. You're in a different headspace. You're like, man, I'm good. I had a good time last night, slept good, woke up. A lot of people will pretend or act like it. And yes, if your job does require your work to be done between certain hours, like let's say you're a stock trader, or you regulate stocks or whatever, stock market's open between 9 a.m. to 4, not 9 a.m., was it? 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay, kind of requires you to kind of, be working during those market hours. So I kind of get it, But for the most part, a lot of people's jobs can be done at home, you know, not necessarily done between any particular work hours. You know, it's kind of like, hey, look, I'll get this done. I'll get it done. Get it done. It's pretty good to go. One thing I appreciate talking with, so I joined a social networking group. It's a group for entrepreneurs. And I did that purposely because I feel like too many of my years I've been spending with people who don't like me, are praying for me, which is great. Fantastic. I need all the prayers I can get. But essentially looking at a potential car crash, and that car crash is me. And they're constantly watching, spectating my life. My life is their story, Truman Showish almost. And I can't remember the sayings, but I kind of been raised that you don't spend a lot of your time with people who like you and love you. You got that on lock. Great. You got to get into uncomfortable situations. You got to go be around people who don't like you, who don't think like you. This was before social media, but don't have like that social media kind of relationship with people. But what I mean is, let's just say they're a Trump supporter and immediately you delete them as a friend. And I'm just using that as an example, okay? I mean, like, whatever. They're opposing to your views and you delete them as a friend. Boom. Gone. So in that way, your whole feed or conversations with people are all with like-minded people. Well, people on social media may be happier with that. That's not the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, no, I don't even think that's the way Jesus wants us to be. So, okay. So I may went too far, and I spend time with a lot of people that don't have a lot of good energy. One of my buddies referred to it as the energy vampire. And one of my associates, I just met him. But as far as I know, great guy. Matter of fact, if you want to look him up, his name is Spencer Jones. And he works with energy. So yeah, he calls them energy vampires. And it's not people, it's places, things, organizations. It's all types of things. That's an alarm I got to remind me to start making phone calls. Phone calls to sell children's books. Phone calls to see if anybody wants me to come to their spot and speak to the children or to the parents. Anything like that. So, on the branding part, you speak to your family, your friends about your brand. And out of there, at least from my experience, you can kind of leave the room feeling a little bit shitty. It almost turns into an intervention situation more than about branding. Yeah, you should stop doing this. And you got to work on that weight. And it's like, you kind of feel a little bit like, damn. It's just like everything people wanted to say to me but didn't say to me. Goodness gracious. You talk to the right people in the right rooms, they talk about branding differently. And it's like, well, what's the difference? It's kind of to an extent, look, you have this individual or individuals that want to fund your dream. And how are you going to protect their investment? They want that money back. Okay? They're just, oh, thank you so much. You've changed my life. All right, bye. No, they're going to figure out a way through whatever system. I don't even know what systems that they utilize, in order for you to get the assets, grow the assets, and live your life, but yet pay them back. I don't know. That's like stuff that's big wig shit. But now, how are you going to make sure that you can get this money back? You want to fund, how much do you need? Honestly, I think if I just got 50 to 100K, lump sum, that would give me enough to get my current situation together. And then that would give me about another, 50,000 or whatever to fund the dream. One moment. Yeah, so this individual or these individuals say, you know what? I see potential in this. I think I like this. And the investors, on the side note, if you're able to get into these rooms, which I'm not sure if I'm in the rooms yet, but, and these are, people who want to have an impact on the nation or on the world or in the city or on the block. Of course, we're going to talk bottom lines and numbers and everything, but that's not even how the conversation starts. These are not the people who are, okay, so what is it you're really trying to do? Okay. All right. You want to be rich? Okay. Throw me $19,000, whatever. I'll show you how to get it done. Come on. What's going on? These are individuals so what impact, what is it that you want to try, that you want to do? What is it that you want to achieve? More so different, they want to see what are you trying to bring to the world or to the nation or to your city or to your block? Eventually, you get to the numbers. Approximately how much you're going to have to put into it and everything and how much they'll put into it or if, how you guys going to negotiate the, assets getting paid back or what have you. Then that's when you start, your branding. Now it's like a totally different type of branding now. And if you're someone like me, I did better in college than I did in high school. Because I'm like, oh shit, I'm paying for this now. Or somebody's paying for me to go to college now. I can't get nothing less than a B. I gotta do it right. You know what I'm saying? Because that one course, I tried to look for cheap ways to pay for college, but that one course, was it 3 credit course, $1,000 a credit, was $3,000. I'm taking 7 classes this semester to try to hurry up and graduate and get out of here. How am I going to get through this as quickly as possible? So now I started performing. I'm like, okay, Jan, whatever we got to do, we're going to sit down and we're going to get this done. Okay. So now you're thinking about branding. And are you thinking about branding in the same way? In my personal opinion, not so much. If you want to protect your brand in that way, then yeah, it's great. But it's not so much just like, look, I don't give a crap. This is something you may hear from, now I haven't been in the rooms exactly, but, I don't give a crap. If you want to smoke on your podcast, if you want to drink on your podcast, if you cuss on your podcast, I don't give a shit. I don't give a crap about what you do. Okay. Just more so, how are you going to get this money back? Okay. Now, of course, if you're going to go off and you're going to start talking about Palestine and Israel and be insulting cultures and stuff, then yeah, maybe it's like, well, yeah, okay, well, look, that's why, there could be somebody popping, let's just say in the industry, they're popping and they make a comment about, let's just say Palestine, Israel or something that offends people, then that could have potentially affected their brand. And by that, the people who follow them, they could have had a huge Palestinian following or a huge Jewish following. And based on their comments, they lost that market of people and they've kind of went quiet. That's why people in the public eye, pretty much for the most part, try to protect their brand on the things that they say and that they do. When Martha Stewart smoked a doobie with Snoop, what did that do for her following? And in my eyes, it looked like it did nothing but shoot her up, Or when she did Hard Time, what's that going to do to her following, her brand? But it seems like she did just fine. And that's another thing, just being authentic. Just being authentic with your followers, and protecting your brand. That way, hey, such and such went through this. Your followers are there to support you, keep you going, keep you lifted up. We can also think about the Joel Osteen when Houston got flooded. Now, I don't know how he's doing these days. I didn't, really watch him at first anyways. But after I heard about that incident, I ain't gonna lie, I really stopped keeping up with the guy. I'm sure he's still probably like some multi-millionaire, billionaire possibly, But how did that affect his situation? It took him like a day to open up his church to people in the local community who were literally kind of refugees. And what did that do towards his brand? So it's totally different now when you're thinking about branding. It's very important. But it's like, how are you going to brand yourself? And not only for your image, because to an extent now nobody gives a damn about your image, but also to get these investors the opportunity to get their funds back from funding your journey. And also, you're going to have another idea. You're going to have another journey that you want to go down, how to potentially get them to invest in your next, project. Because they believed in you so much and you did so well that what are you going to do now? Now, you may start thinking about how do I want to present myself in the public without going crazy, I think it's a little different for some individuals. I'm an entrepreneur, but if I was like a Denzel Washington or a Angela Jolie or somebody, what I'm saying, then I might go, a little bit different on the situation. I'm an entrepreneur. It's basically like, hey, we'll help you with your project, still present yourself fairly well, pretty well. But, I'm not like public eye, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got the podcast, and then I'm starting to learn a little bit about the do's and the don'ts. What you talk about in the public eye and what you don't say. And it's like, whoa. You listen here, buddy. I'm the host of a show called House of Barf. And you know what we do there? We uncover the truths about business, accounting, regulation, and fucking finance. Yeah. Okay. Great idea. Okay, we got you. But still, You have to understand that there are going to be some things that potentially are talked about that cannot be repeated. Is it related to business, accounting, regulation, and finance? Yes. Well, then I return it. Well, then, nah. We can't fuck with you, Chan. Say, oh, shit. I'm doing a disservice to my audience. It breaks my heart. But I've said it before. When these situations come up, I'll do my best. But if it's something that I've agreed to through a contract or a promise, a promise is nothing but a verbal contract. Literally, talk to your lawyer, whatever. If you can prove that somebody made a promise with their words, you got to talk to your legal team. Don't take this as legal advice. Disclosure, disclosure, disclosure. If you can prove that something was said, now how do you prove something was said? It's kind of difficult. Anything, when you got to prove 9/10 or something like that, it's pretty, it can be difficult. If you can prove it, that it was said, I believe they can implement a verbal contract like rule or something. This person told me that we were going to go into business together, or we were going to get married, or something like that. And then it didn't happen, and you got screwed. And there was nothing in writing. It's like, oh, shit. Yeah, all right, go ahead, try your best, buddy. This is definitely a cartwheel uphill. But yeah, it may be possible that even with the podcast, that it may be like, hey, look, there are going to be certain things that we can talk about and that you should not talk about on your podcast or in a book or anything. So it's like, okay, cool. All right. So that's more so where you start going with the entrepreneurship and the branding. It's not scared. I mean, so far, I haven't been scared. If anything, I've been the total opposite. I've been enlightened. I've been feeling jubilated. It almost feels like somebody gave me, I forget what they're called. I got trained on how to use them too. Is it an AED kit? I can't remember. Basically that thing you put on somebody's chest and say clear, give them a shock to their body. I was trained on, I believe, I think it's called an AED. It's like 2 stickers in a box that's sitting on a wall, and somebody, passes out or something. Excuse me, sir, ma'am, do you mind if I perform this charge on your system? This person's like, yo, I'm dead. Excuse me, sir, ma'am. Can you give me permission to do this? Then you rip open their shirts, you put one on their chest, and you put one on their ribs or something. And then you say, all right. And you give them a charge. Bow. But that's kind of what it feels like when I'm in these conversations with people, with like-minded entrepreneurs. It feels like somebody just jolted me a charge. Just like, bow. And it's like, well, where were you the last few years? Probably just a shell of a person. Just going through life, drinking, partying, feeling like shit. What's the other crazy part? You're going around picking up different classes, which I'm still going to take classes because, you lost an interview or you lost a job and you want to hurry up and try to upskill your talents because such and such at such and such company said that, oh, AI could do 80% of my job. Well, you know what? I'm going to fucking conquer AI. And you're constantly in that mode. which is not a problem at all. Education and constant learning is, for me, it's going to be a way of my life. I hope to be able to keep learning all the way up until I die. That'll be the day. Somebody told me this. That'll be the day you learn why. Shit, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. So I'll be learning up until the day I die, and we'll find out what happens then. What was this all for? So learning is always going to be a constant part of my life. Always going to be learning. But I've noticed with other individuals, they learn differently. They don't go back to school. They haven't been to school in years. In corporations, what do they say? You should do continuing education at least once every decade. Go back, get another degree. Or once every 2 years, whatever it is. Difference, these individuals doing continuing education, but it's something that they want to do. And they get started at home. I wanted to learn how to, whatever it is, build a website. I wanted to learn more about AI. So I sat down at my computer, poured myself a scotch, rolled me up a doobie, took a couple puffs, put it in the ashtray. Who smoked the doobie out my ashtray? And I just went online and I just started investigating AI or whatever it is, or how to work on this or that. And I think I may have conquered it. It's like, oh shit. How'd you do that? It's like, I just sat there, and yes, we all got concerns. What, you think I could take 3 days and just sit at my computer? I wouldn't say that. We a lot of us got jobs, families, responsibilities that we got to achieve. This person over here, a millionaire at 21, their father was a great Bitcoin investor, made himself, decamillionaire or whatever, taught his son cryptocurrency trading or whatever, marketing, branding, and now his son implemented the same plan. Branding is also a little different as well, too. It's more so kind of also another thing. What events are you at? What are you getting into? So, for example, I want to become somebody in the field of financial literacy. This wasn't the plan at all. Actually, it was kind of reverse. It was kind of backwards. A lot of times, if what are from here for some people, usually this is something that people want to do. They start off with speeches, or they start off getting in, to certain rooms doing seminars or whatever. And in order to protect that brand or grow the brand, then it's like, we need to get you a book deal. See, that's the difference between the branding as well. It's like, we need to get you inside that movie. We need to get you inside that book deal. Compared to, we need you to just shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Stop going out drinking and partying every night. That too. But it's like, we need to grow your brand. And we think one way that'd be positive to grow your brand would be if we partnered you with banks, and maybe you and the bank could come up with a millionaire's plan for children and parents. Talking about small business with children and their parents. It's like, oh, cool. And what's everybody about to do after this? Oh, we're about to head to, the park or the bar or whatever have you. We're about to just go hang out, chill. You don't feel ridiculed. It's like, oh, what are you about to go do? I'm about to go bicycle 75 miles. Oh, okay. How about y'all? Oh, we're about to just go hit the bar across the street. Oh, cool. Oh, I'm about to just go home and work on how to mine data. Oh, okay, that sounds fun. You know, it's not so much like when you're speaking with family friends or in the office place and, everyone can't talk about what they're doing, you know, because it's protecting your brand, it's like, oh, shit. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. What I'm about to say is not HR, appropriate. You'll hear that a lot. It's not HR appropriate. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, go smoke, drink, or fuck whoever you're about to go smoke and drink, fuck with. Have a great time, or whatever it is, as long as it's not some super off the wall shit, like, oh shit. They went and did a seance. You know what? That's not even HR appropriate. That's chairman appropriate. I don't want to hear about it. What'd you do? You sat around a bunch of candles? And yeah, we did. And we invited like 5 of my girlfriends and we just sat around and we did chants. Oh, you know what? Hey, more power to you. But hey, would you like to come chant next time? Wait, you said what? 6? There were 6 women, beautiful women, sitting in a dark room. I might try to make that next. So what I gotta do? I just gotta sit in a circle and chant stuff. Okay, maybe, but no, that's just. I really don't need. Okay, well, more power to you. I hope the spirits align with you and the constellation of stars are shining bright onto your soul. More power to you, brother or sister. So, but yeah. No, it's very. It's kind of like even if you're an artist. I can't speak for artists. I enjoy cooking. That's about the extent of my art. I'm pretty sure when you're in the room with other artists or whoever, bicyclist, I love riding bicycles. I really do. I'm going to get myself and my children some bicycles, some new ones. Had them. That's the thing about children. It's like, damn. It's like you get something, and for some reason in my head as a parent, I think it's going to last a while, and it doesn't. The seat pops up, or the handlebars break. You're like, crap! I ain't got it like I did a year, 3 years ago. We struggling. You better get some nuts and some bolts and fix that shit. But yeah, I'm sure when you're a bicyclist, you get with other bicyclists. Yeah, I see them on the roads all the time. Where I'm from in Maryland, it's a bunch of trails. There's a trail on every block. There's 2 or 3 trails on every block. They literally just built another trail behind my house. Me and my children were supposed to take it this past weekend. I was busy networking and socializing. They literally went in there and paved a new trail. This is a new trail. So I see the cyclists. It's hundreds of them sometimes together. And they just keep pedaling along. They do it once a week. You see them? In those big groups, I'll say that's once probably every couple months. And those big, huge, 100 bikes together. But you see them in their smaller groups daily. Yeah, that's every day. You find them on the back roads. I be feeling bad for them sometimes. I'd be like, yo, that car sped past them. I'm like, oh, damn, that guy, he looked like he about 70. He would have got punished. But yeah, they be on the side of the roads, because not every road has bicycle lanes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bicycle lanes didn't come into effect until I was driving, until I was like 19. And they started building this little third lane. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? They're like, it's a bicycle lane. I was like, oh, okay. So what does that mean? It means you can't drive in it. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Go bicyclists. Shit. Before COVID, it was better to have a bicycle in the city than a car. Since COVID, things just ain't the same for gangsters. Times are changing. Y'all niggas is aging, becoming OGs in the game, whatever it is. Yes, since COVID, my bad. I try not to say that word too many times, but it just slipped out that I was thinking of that song. Yeah, the city streets. It's probably easier to have a car now because the city streets are not popping like they used to be. To an extent, sometimes I still get a little bit of an anxiety. I go to the city like daily, regularly, But I still get that sense of anxiety before pulling into the city. Because as soon as you would pull into the city, all the way down on 50 West, going into DC on New York Ave or whatever, I mean, it starts. You can see it as you're getting around the curves, getting ready to pull into the city, boom. And it's like all red lights. And you're like, here we go. And the thing is, it's all red lights, and by I mean people's tail lights. And there's some people you're just like, oh no, this is what makes you nervous. There's going to be individuals who are going to try to speed in this traffic, cut in and out of lanes, back, forth, boom, boom. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is the anxiety right here. And then there's the one more anxiety when you go past your churn or something. And I mean, I'm not even fully, still don't know all the roads in DC. You know, now if you're a DC native and you know the roads, alleys, in, out, back and forth, you're good. You know what I'm saying? You miss your churn, you'll be like, oh yeah, just go down this alley. It's cool. Turn around, boom, 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 whatever you got to do. We out of here. Nah, man. Sometimes for people like me that, you know, I miss my turn and I'm like, oh crap, what do I got to do to turn around or, you know, get out of here? And you try to make the next turn, there might be an individual who's just like not letting you in or not you cutting you off, whatever it is. You're like, crap, man. Here we go. And they're honking their horn. Bah, bah. You know, you're just like, dude, like I need to get over, you know, so I can turn around. You know, and it gets kind of crazy. But it's not so much anymore. You go to the city, you know, midnight. You get to the city at midnight. And that's usually when it's packed sometimes on the weekends. And it'd be clear as day. You're like, oh shit. Oh, cool. But yeah, so that's more so. So then I guess, you know, so what about you don't get into these rooms? You're not in these rooms. You don't know these people. Then what is it about the brand? Well, again, going back, a lot of times people have their ideas, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm new to this game. And they protect their brand as becoming like you ever heard of like the Tupac syndrome? Tupac, you know, was about being an activist, writing poetry or whatever. Then he played Bishop in Juice. And after that, he became a full-on gangster. That was probably the transition of the Tupac. Or Heath Ledger. You know, he was like a Three Musketeer or something. Then he was preparing for the role of the Joker. Got into it probably a little too deep, possibly. That's kind of what I think of when I think of branding for a lot of individuals. They want to write a children's book, so they get into this character. Oh, well, if I'm going to be a children's book author, I have to behave like this. I have to be this person. Do we say this shit to people like Samuel L. Jackson, who does 70 movies a year? In one movie, or Snoop Dogg, one movie I promise every time I turn on the TV, I'm either seeing Samuel L. Jackson or Snoop Dogg. And I'll be like, oh, you're watching this, what is this, new dog movie? What's this, you know? Yeah, it's about a dog. And next thing you know, I hear one of the dogs. It's like, what's up? What's up, nephew? I'm like, what is Snoop Dogg doing in this kid's film? And then you turn to the next scene, or scroll over to the next movie, and Snoop Dogg's being a gangster. Or the next scene, Snoop Dogg is cooking with Snoop, you know? And it's like, we're not saying anything to this person. Why is it that when we are trying to build our brand or our company or whatever, we decide that, hey, we got to become this person? It's almost like if you take a rapper, again, like Tupac syndrome, and this person raps about it in their lyrics, and now they got to feel like they got to go live it. You know what I'm saying? They're going this rap, and you know, it's after the fact, life after the rap. And it's like, no, you don't got to do all that. You don't gotta do all that. Just be who you are. If you like rapping about this stuff, but you don't live that life, it's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. People will be like, yo, have you ever seen this person in the streets? Nah. Where do they live? Bowie. Oh. But his songs be cranking though. And he's like, yeah, that joint's crank. People are gonna have more respect for you. We could trust you. We just know that you like rapping about trap or drill, whatever. Gangster rap. But really, you're at home, chilling. You hear about A Boogie. Supposedly A Boogie is like a homebody. This guy don't really be leaving the house at all. Not saying he ain't never getting to nothing. A Boogie be chilling. But also his rap songs really be, they be real chill too, A Boogie, I'd have to say that's a person that's probably great at branding. He's doing a great job with his brand. And then also somebody like 2 Chainz, they're doing a phenomenal job with their branding. And do you see 2 Chainz out there, trying to live the perfect life? I think 2 Chainz may be arguing with somebody right now. I can't remember who, but it was somebody I was like, what? I don't know, like The Weeknd or something. I was like, he's mad at The Weeknd? Or somebody, I can't remember who, but I was like, 2 Chainz. But I guess even cool people get upset sometimes. It happens. You hate to see 2 really cool people getting mad at each other. Shit, you look at the most expensiveness, whatever. 2 Chainz on there chilling. Sometimes he's stumbling over his words. Sometimes he's smoking, chilling. And I did actually hear him speak one time, and I kind of felt him. That's why I typically, I kind of am a rebel a little bit too. That's the reason, one of the reasons for the name of House of Barf. I'm like, man, I'm doing what I want to do. Heard him talk one time and something. He was talking about how people told him that he would never become successful as long as he smoked weed or something like that. And he basically came out and was like, look, I made it. And he's like smoking. People told me I wouldn't be able to make it doing this. And I'm doing fine. It's like, yo, do your thing, 2 Chainz. So yes, protecting that brand is very important in the sense of, what, you're not going to cuss and everything. That's when you are giving, like, I guess right now we're talking about TD Jakes now. And TD Jakes went into his character. I don't know if it's true or not. I've always I like TD Jakes. I've always kind of been, on the fence with him. I'm always on the fence with people who are like big Christian, figures. Like, I don't know, something about me. I'm just thinking like, as a Christian, if you're really following, Christianity, I don't know if this is in the Bible or not, but damn, should you be that rich? Should you be driving those many cars and rocking that much jewelry? There was a pastor that got caught in the church, $400,000 worth of jewelry on. It's like, what? Now, it was in the news, so really it was probably about $100K worth of jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But he filed an insurance claim, and we were like, so approximately how much jewelry did you have on? That one, could you turn that to a 4? So you never know when the news comes out. Probably was about 100, 150 or something, and they got the numbers mixed up. They thought it was a 1, or they thought it was a 4. Really, it was a 1. But hey, he's going to ride it out. But still, regardless, is it necessary to have that much jewelry on? So even with TD, I mean, if you ever been to any of his conferences or anything, I mean, that bowl is going around the conference could be 3 days long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, TD Jakes is going to be in York City, and he wants you to come. And you're going to buy a ticket. And when you get into your seat, it's going to be 3 hours long each day or 6 hours long each day, however long. And guess what? That bowl is going to go around every hour on the dot. Hey, it's 1 o'clock. Send the bowls around. Go ahead. I know you got $30. I know you got $50. Drop it. Drop it. Come on, people. So I've always kind of been a little iffy about people like that. But then come to find out, I'm not, there was some news uh, about these parties that are going on, and supposedly some, certain individuals were found at these parties. So again, when it's going to branding, these individuals knew that they were at these parties. I mean, how many times is this going down? We had the Epstein files, you know. Who else do we have? We had a whole Harvey Weinsteins. Uh, we've had the Kelly situation. These people know that these situations are going on. That's not what it is. So they're clearly not asking you to change, much about yourself. It's more so like, when we go public, how are we going to protect this investment? You got somebody who's putting, millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or however much you need behind your project. You want it to become this individual. You wanted to become a children's book, author, or you wanted to have TV shows, or you wanted to build that school so we could get that curriculum in that school, the home economics class. You wanted this. Now, we're investing in it because we want to have a good impact on your city or on your state or on your nation or however. Now, we can't have somebody that's going to go around, invest in these assets and then fuck around and, crash their car from going on a bender, or going to say something in the public eye that is potentially going to get people in trouble or something, or get yourself in trouble, and you start learning about a lot of, what is it you can say and what you can't say. And that's why a lot of people look for a friend, somebody they can talk to. I think that's something about people. People just got to get things out. That's the funny thing about me and crime. I always thought that was funny about criminals. I was like, so who told on them, or how did they get found out? They snitched on themselves. Like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, snitched on themselves. Jaguar Wright, she knows about what some individuals snitching on themselves, and she says, I listened to her a little bit. She says, but yeah, they didn't snitch on themselves. They were told to snitch on themselves. Like, damn. By who? I can't tell you. Oh, here we are again. This is where the conversations end. Famous last words. I can't tell you right now. Okay. That was by some individuals who are trying to protect their brand. And they're basically told such and such, Khalif or whoever, that they need to go snitch on themselves. So, yeah, been talking for about going close to an hour. So yeah, just as much as whenever me included, whenever I'm working on something, trying to protect that brand. More so the brand that I will be trying to protect is having me be my authentic self, who I am, because things are going to change over time. I'm going to be this person today, 5 years later from now. They say typically every 5 years you change into a different individual. So what's going on now, and you just kind of hope to an extent you don't let the moment now ruin your brand over the whole lifespan that you're going to be living and whatnot. But really, if you're great, I truly believe you can't stop the greatness. You can't stop it. This individual is going to be great regardless. And it's not always about being in the public eye. That's not what it's always about. It's not always like, oh, they fell off because they're not on TV anymore or they're not on YouTube. No, they may be working on a different project, that may have, who knows, millions and millions of dollars being transferred here to help, research for leukemia or something. They're not in that same scene anymore. It's very possible it got to them. And they're just like, you know what? I kind of want to be more private. I can't go anywhere without somebody yelling my name. Hey, Corey Kenshin. Come on, Corey Kenshin. He's like, yo, it's getting to me. I can't think. I can't even go to the grocery store anymore without somebody saying, "What's up, guys?" I was like, ugh. I just kind of want to chill right now. I just kind of want to go in. And also, when you chill, what happens? That ups your value. So that could be another plan. It's like, look, we're gonna take you away from being such in the public eye because we wanna build that brand a little bit. It's a lot. It's a lot, and then, you may get the opportunity to do other things. But it's more so how are we gonna protect that brand in order to, one, if you can fund your own dream, how to protect your investment into yourself. And on the other note, if you have anybody else that's funding your dream, how are you going to make sure that they get a return on their investment? I'm not sitting here saying that don't do this and don't be doing that. Do what you do. Be authentic. Just more so, protect that brand. So, been talking to you close to an hour. I want to thank everybody. Chairman, House of Barf. Blah! I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Mankson and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Mankson sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Mankson and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Mankson, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Mankson learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Mankson set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Mankson, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Cool Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Cool Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless. Yo, what's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. What's poppin'? I just want to touch on one more thing real quick. One last thing. So, as it pertains to branding, yes, the return on investment, the initial investment that you put in on yourself or that you received from other investors, is very important to get it paid back or break even. It's very important to get to the break even point. I get that. Okay, 100%. There's also a couple of other things as far as it comes to branding and protecting your brand, in my personal opinion, as far as I know. Also, the responsibility that you have to society as a whole is also a reason for wanting to protect your brand and build that brand. Now, before, you may have been that individual who was able to, party like a rock star and post videos on it and be okay moving forward. However, now you got little Timmies and parents, potential investors, potential prospects watching you now. And I'm not saying, oh, snap, yeah, you don't want to lose. No, I'm saying you could potentially influence these people to do things with their lives or try to do things with you or whatever that's not productive. So since you went out partying and hanging out, little Timmy looks up to you. Little Susan looks up to you. Now they think that that's what they want to do with their life. The parents partying with you or whatever it is, whoever it is. I want to talk about business and finances. You can't save everyone. But I'm in the market, trading in the stock market. I want to post YouTube videos about it. Next thing you know, little Timmy wants to start trading. Little Susie wants to start trading as well. And they want to implement a strategy that I put out there. It works for me. May not work for you. Doesn't work for them. Now they are doing something ridiculous, drinking, hurting themselves, whatever, because they lost a bunch of money in the market because they were looking at Chandler G. Hayes' podcast or Chairman House of Barf, and they really liked me and they were inspired. I want to talk about business. Starting a business. It may not work for someone else. So I have a responsibility now that I am more of a public figure. And in doing that, I want to be responsible with my brand. Again, I'm not going into telling you what you should and should not be doing. I'm not telling you to, stop screwing all those women, or I'm not telling you to stop smoking or drinking or cursing or anything. I'm not telling you to do all that. I'm saying that now you have a responsibility to the public now, and it may not be in your spirit to may want to do that anymore. You thought it was funny or cool then, but not so much now, because now I'm getting messages from, people telling me how much they're drinking. Every time I'm drinking on YouTube, they're drinking with me, and they could potentially be hurting themselves. Now you're kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do that in the public eye anymore. Because I don't want to, I feel like I'm fine, but now I feel like I'm really. Could you imagine during certain times if you took the stats and you could really find out who was doing what and how it may have pertained to, based on what was being advertised or what celebrity was doing what, during this period to this period, this was okay because this person, I don't know, played a role or did a commercial about smoking cigarettes or being in the mafia or being a stripper. So between this era and this era, a bunch of people were strippers or smoking cigarettes or whatever have you. Then all of a sudden people say, you know what, we're not sure if that's really what we want to push, anymore. We may want to do something a little different. So then that's when it goes into the responsibility of your brand. Just feeling responsible. Just like, you know what, I really want to help little boys and little girls, parents, families. And then on the other note, I would say also the protecting the mission. A lot of people will say things like, if you don't do it, someone else will. I also think that's kind of a criminal's way of thinking. It's like, if I didn't rob him, somebody else would have. Well, maybe, maybe not. There's this theory, the New York stoop theory, where essentially there was a lady on her stoop getting stabbed, I believe, by a man on a busy street in New York, and the police didn't receive one phone call. Not one person told. And it was like, what was, I believe a newspaper, writer went around interviewing people. Why did you see it happen? People are like, yeah, we saw it happen. It was right there on the stoop in a busy street in New York. Of course, we all saw it. Well, why didn't you report it to the police or anything? And say, oh, well, I didn't want to get involved and I thought someone else would. Well, no, nobody called. Wow. So she just died on that stoop. Alone. Nobody helping. That's another reason why I wrote Langston Mason's Kool Aid Adventure. Because I feel like I need to push the mission. If I'm not doing it, who else will? We got people out here that work in the financial industry with me that know we know it. There's not enough financial literacy education books out there for children. 5 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old. Now, I've started seeing a little bit more since I've been in this space, but we know there's not a lot out there. So what are we going to do about it? What have we done about it? I said, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. And I'm also going to work on financial consultation on behaviors, attitudes, and then finances for underprivileged, underserved communities. Make sure we get some of the information out to them. So yeah, you want to make sure that you protect your brand, yes, so that at least you can get that return on the investment. You don't want to mess yourself up, but then also you just want to be, protect being responsible. You know, it's like, wow, I got a lot more people looking at me now. I remember a song by, I believe his name was Rich Boy, that said, I don't want to be a role model. And I said, yeah, neither do I. Well, unfortunately, because of our platform, somehow we fell into the shoes of a role model. And now we have a responsibility to the public. Same with also, we have a mission now. Now we're on a mission. And you have to protect this mission. And it may cause you to have to do things differently. You know, so that you can be around as long as possible to keep pursuing this mission. Because, yeah, it's not always if you don't, who will. Sometimes it's like if you don't, no one will. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that, I also kind of cleared that up. Because, yeah, again, you can have a fantastic credit score. You want to walk around, Mr. or Mrs. Badman, you got a 5,000 credit score. I don't think it goes higher than like 820 or something like that. But, and you want to go around and tell everybody, I got $5,000 credit or 5,000 credit score. Well, what are you doing with it? What's the point? Just to go around bragging about you have a 5,000 credit score? And what's the point? Who are you? I truly do believe that investors, once you get to a certain dollar amount, want to know how have you impacted, how have you helped other communities. They don't want to hear about another business plan. I could be wrong. I don't know this for a fact. They don't want to hear about another business plan. They don't want to hang out with a person with an 820 credit score and is just, building their mansion or buying their car or what have you. They want to know, what impact did you have with that credit score? What did you do? What loans did you take out? What did you do with those loans? Did you help, women business owners in Prince George's County? What happened? Oh, you're just walking around with 800 credit scores so you can just let everybody know so you can get a bigger house, better car. So yeah, people want to be a part of a plan, something that has an impact on society. What can we do to change lives? So yeah, again, I would say protecting the brand is important for one of a few reasons, and I'm sure there's many more. To, yes, protect the brand so that they're not losing out on money from themselves or from investors. Also, the responsibility that you have to society as a whole. Now, I may not be able to trade stocks like I'd like to. I may have to trade them differently. And then once I get off YouTube, I can go back and trade in another portfolio the way I want to, because it may not be conducive for the public. And then also protecting that mission. If you don't, somebody else will. May not be the case. If you don't, no one else will. May be the case. And if you're on that mission, people need you as long as possible. We need to know that, hey, we're good. We still got Chan here, working on financial literacy, among other things, but that's what he's known for. So yeah, that's it. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Chairman, House of Bar. Blah. I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Mankson's Coolamade Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxon and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxon sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxon and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxon, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxon learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxon set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxon, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right, thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.